exercise, we're going to talk a little bit about vocabulary. Now remember, vocabulary is when you know the meaning of a word. And that helps you to better understand what you're reading, because if you don't know what the words mean, it's kind of hard to follow along with what's happening in the story. So we have to make sure we understand the meaning of the words. Now sometimes we come across a word we've never heard before, and you can use the words around it to help you figure out the word's meaning. That's called using context clues. Everybody say context clues.
Context clues.
And then we've even used pictures before to help us figure out the meanings of words. And sometimes we've even had to look words up in the dictionary because even the context clues weren't really helping us. So today we're going to focus on just one vocabulary word from the Rainbow Fish book. Okay? And I picked a word that I thought was very interesting, and it was from the octopus page. Do you remember the wise octopus?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to reread this whole page to you, and then I'm going to tell you which word it is that I'm talking about. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. Any guesses about which word I might be choosing today? Carter, what word do you think?
Glare.
What?
Glare.
Glare was a good one that I thought about, but that was not the word that I picked. Willow? Emerged was the word that I picked. Glare was close. I almost picked that one. So we're going to talk about the word emerged, okay? I want to see if we can use the clues around the word to figure out what emerged might mean. I'm going to read it again for us. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. He emerged from the darkness. So it sounds like he's doing that. So this word is a verb, and that can help us to figure it out. So it has to be something you can do. And it said he emerged from the darkness. So the picture might even help you a little bit with that one. What do you think that might mean if he emerged from the darkness? Danny, what do you think?
He was like coming out from the darkness.
Yeah, he was coming out from the darkness. I even looked it up in the dictionary, and it said move out or away from something and come into view. So yeah, it means that he came out of the darkness. So we're going to dig into this word a little bit more to make sure you fully understand it and that you can use it. Because it'll be really great if you understand this word so well that you will even use it in your like speech sometime today, that you'll actually say it sometime. Think you'll be able to use this word later today?
Yeah.
You know, what? I think you'll be able to.
Probably.
So I have the word web for you, and remember the word web helps us to come up with the definition, see where it's being used in the sentence, and then it makes you use the word. And if you can use the word, it means you understand the word, okay? So if you sit at table 1, I want you to come get a paper. I'll put some out on the stage. Table 2, come get a paper. You're going to write your name and date. Table 3, come get a paper. And go ahead and write your name and date. For who has their name and date and who is ready to get started on this web. Alright, we're going to start with putting our word in the middle of our web. What was our word again?
Emerged.
Emerged. Very good. So right here in the middle of the web, we're going to write emerged. Ready? It's E M E R G E D. Emerged. Then I want you to use your pencil, and we're going to underline emerged in our sentence from the book. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. So we're underlining it in the sentence. Now we're going to come up with a nice kid definition. What would we say that emerged means? Wyman?
You can see it now.
Yeah, you can see it now. Lincoln? Yeah, it came out of something. So we could say move out or came out. So let's write move out. We're going to write move, M-O-V-E. And then how do you spell the red word out?
O-U-T.
Move out. And then red word or?
O-R.
O-R. Red word come?
C-O-N-E.
Good. Move out or come out. So red word out again. Spell it for me.
O-U-T.
Very good. Move out or come out. Very good. So this word is a verb. So when you use it in your sentence, it's going to have to be something that you do. Do you notice that there's actually something at the end of this word that we've talked about this year? Do you see it, Sadie?
Suffix ed.
It has suffix ed. This word has suffix ed. Now the base word is actually emerge. And something a little tricky that I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in on a little secret that's coming in 2nd grade. Emerge, that base word actually ends in an E. So when you have a base word that ends in a silent E, because that E is not making a sound, before you add a suffix that starts with a vowel, you drop the E. It's called the drop rule. You'll learn about that in 2nd grade. So we had to drop the E on that word to add ed because we don't want 2 E's together because then it would look like emerged. We don't want that, do we? No, we don't want that. So that word is emerged. Now, since we saw that it has ed, that means that that word already happened. So this is a past tense sentence. Has to be something that already happened. So my sentence might be something like, I emerged from my bed this morning. That means I came out of my bed this morning. Or the chick emerged from the egg. He came out of his little egg. Okay, so I want you to think of a sentence where you could use the word emerged. Does anybody want to share theirs? Cameron, what do you plan to
I
write?
emerged from the bathroom.
I emerged from the bathroom. Carter?
I emerged from the water slide.
I emerged from the water slide. Ooh, I like that one. Dante?
I emerged under my bed. I emerged from under my bed.
I emerged from under my bed. All right, so we've got a few really good examples. Everybody write their sentence. And make sure you do cups, and then you can draw your picture. I'm going to be looking for a couple really good ones to share up on the screen. So make sure you do a really good job. I'm gonna pick to put up on the screen. Ooh, this is a tough decision. I saw some really good ones. Let's see, I know one that you ready to hear a couple from your friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Lincoln, can I borrow yours? Alright, here comes the first one. Lincoln used emerged and said, Jimmy emerged from the box. Does anybody know who Jimmy is?
His cat.
His cat. So his cat came out of the box. That was a good one. Thank you, Lincoln. Everybody say, nice job, Lincoln.
Nice job, Lincoln.
All right, here comes Lawson's. Lawson says, I emerged from the tree. And then we have Lawson coming out of the tree. Lawson, is that even a hole in the tree? Did you come out of a hole in the tree? No, just from the top of the tree? Everybody say, nice work, Lawson.
Nice work, Lawson.
Danny, can I borrow yours?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, here comes Danny's. Danny says, I emerged from the bathtub. So we have Danny coming out of the bathtub. Everybody say, sweet job, Danny.
Sweet job, Danny.
Very good. And Logan, can I borrow yours? All right, then we have Logan. And her says, I emerged out of my room. So Logan came out of her room. Everybody say, nice work, Logan.
Nice work, Logan.
All right, you guys did a great job. Everybody pat themselves on the back. I always love your all's work.